I'm Laura Guy. I was born and raised in Indianapolis, started investing in real estate in 2009, and I haven't looked back. So after I graduated from college, I went straight into the insurance industry and I was settling claims, like I slipped and fell and my neck and my back, ended up moving into lower management and middle management. And then my company got acquired by another company. They let go about half of the people and then they made the rest of the people do two people's jobs. I was in middle management, so I had to tell people that they had to stay at work and they couldn't go to their kids' game that night. It was horrible and I hated it. And I realized at that moment that I would never work for anybody else ever again. I had to figure something else out. I'd had the book Rich Dad Poor Dad for a long time, and I finally picked it up and read it and just knew that that is exactly what I wanted to do. The first thing that appealed to me was wholesaling. I just thought it'd be so cool to not use any of my own money and then make just, $2,000 on something. I mean, that was, half of what I was making a month at the time. So I just thought, oh my God, that would be so amazing. And of course, the actual work to get that done, it took me about 1.5 years to do my first deal. And it was terrifying and it took forever. And I had analysis paralysis and I went to every boot camp and probably spent $10,000 just to, get the confidence and everything to do my first deal. But I finally did my first deal and I got a $4,000 paycheck and, I was thrilled to have that done. And really that was just a huge hurdle for me to have my first deal done. And then I think, after that, it maybe took another couple months to do my next deal and then maybe another few weeks to do my next deal. I quit my corporate job in 2011 and I have never looked back. Today we're at one of my flips here in Irvington, a cute little area just east in Indianapolis. It is an all brick 2-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow and I'm here with my dog Turk. I'm sure you'll see him when he comes back and stops sniffing. And let's go inside. This was an off-market deal. I'm a wholesaler as well, so I do all my own marketing. I have a website that draws sellers interested in selling their property as is. So this seller called me, submitted a submission on my webpage, contacted them. We were able to reach an agreement. We bought this house for $80,000. We did use hard money on it. Our hard money lender paid for the purchase and we're paying for the entire renovation cost. So we plan to put about $15,000 to $20,000 into this and then sell it for $135,000 to $140,000. I've been doing this for a really long time and I've learned so much along the way, but I absolutely remember when I first started everything being very intimidating. On my first flip, I remember an electrician coming in and saying he needed to rough in some electrical lock. And I was like, roughing it? Like we're gonna go camping? You need a tent outside, Now I know that that's not what it is. Those things used to be so intimidating to me and now I've learned so much and it feels so good just to know that I learned all this stuff and it's possible to do this. Some of the challenges I have today are more putting deals together that are complicated, like with probates where, somebody's parent has died and it's obviously a very sensitive situation and upsetting and sometimes the siblings aren't getting along and sometimes courts need to approve the sale and every county is different. So you're kind of working with, a sensitive situation to begin with, brothers and sisters that aren't getting along, trying to get, the court to approve something, just closing on it or even wholesaling it thereafter. So in doing this, I've learned so much and all these problems are all solvable and there's a way to get through every single deal. 3 pieces of advice I would give. 1, just start making offers. I mean, when I started, I just got on Craigslist and I would just call all these sellers and, say, and try to get as much information as I could, how old's the roof, is it vacant, all that. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I always said that my rule was you always make an offer. So even if I had no idea, I would just be like, oh, I'll give you $10,000. they probably could have gotten 50, I don't know, but I made an offer. Second piece of advice I give is follow the lead. So if you are aware of a property that's for sale, whether it's, on the MLS and it's an as-is, investor property, or if it's a property you saw at sheriff sale, or maybe another wholesaler, you start getting on other wholesalers' lists and you start seeing what they are asking for them. Get the information on that house, find out what it sold for. Most places have county records where you can find out what it sold for, and then follow it. Maybe follow up 6 months later and see if there's pictures online of it being for rent or for sale, and how much it's renting for, or how much it's selling for. For the third piece of advice, I would say find active investors. Keyword, active. You're gonna find a lot of people in this business that do a lot of talking and not a lot of business. You're gonna find active investors at a sheriff sale, a tax sale. They're the people that are actually holding up their paddle and buying things. They're the people that are actually bidding at auctions. Get to know them, take them to lunch, follow their deals, find out where they're buying. A lot of those places are great networking places, but just know that you're talking to the people that are deal makers. My name is Laura Guy. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to my story. My challenge to you is to go out and make an offer today.